Hello and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. I'm Melinda, and let's see what is the daily empowerment message today. We're looking for one card, please, and thank you. It's the most important message for our empowerment today. And we have the Chariots. So I'm seeing that there's some challenge that you've been facing. And you've been wondering, of course, like anyone facing a challenge, how do I get past this? And the card actually fell out in the reverse on the table. My first sight of it was in the reverse. And they're saying, slow down. Slow down. I know that everything in you wants to run and just do something. You want to take action. You want to take control into your own hands. But in this situation, they're saying right now is a good time to kind of surrender to where you're at. Admit where you're at. I'm hearing not admit defeat, but admit where you're at, accept where you're at, and take some time before you take action. Take some time to get yourself together. Get yourself together, because in the Chariot in reverse, there's like a need to balance yourself before you can take appropriate action, before you can take wise action. You will be able to, but before you can do that, you got to balance yourself. In other words, irrational, impulsive behavior right now is exactly the opposite of what you're looking for. What you're looking for is some surrender to where you're at. And during that time of surrendering to where you're at, get yourself together. Check your reasons, your motives, and consult not just the physical mind, the intellect, but also the spiritual mind. Those two need to be working together. If you can put those two in harmony in what to do, because I'm hearing that right now, the impulsive actions that you want to take are coming just from the purely, I'm hearing, survival instincts. And this isn't about survival. This is about wise decision making. That if you can connect to your higher self and your intellect before making a decision, then the decision will be a wise one that will ensure your victory, ensure that the accomplishment you're looking for is at hand. If you, I'm hearing, go off gung ho without finding your personal balance before you take action, it will lead to disaster, to a crash. So anything could happen in your physical experience today that can make you really impulsive and want to just go off, flash, become impulsively responsive, reactive even. They want you to take time to really consider your next course of action before you take it. Sleeping on it a day, or even just giving yourself an extra hour, I'm hearing, to consider your next course of action wisely. I heard, what are the consequences to your soul? Is this in harmony with who you really are? Take time to take a step back and take a breath to find your internal balance before you make a decision. Impulsive decisions from a place, I'm hearing, from a place of hurt, often just lead to more hurt. And that's exactly the opposite of what you're wanting right now. What you want is to overcome the issue that's at the root of this situation. And in order to do that, you have to consider the root of the situation. What is really causing the problem? Where is this problem really coming from? Where is this hurt really coming from? I'm hearing the hurt is felt within you. What's it connected to? What's your earliest memory connecting to that pain? Because that pain that's unhealed is causing a reaction within you. And if we repeat the response that has been given before, you're going to repeat this process once again, another go, once more. And that's exactly what you don't want. I mean, you don't want to do this over again. You don't want to continue to repeat the same thing. So in this case, to overcome it means taking a step back from it and connecting to yourself, connecting to yourself at the root cause of what this was. Where did this pain come from? And then it's like the way they're showing me is yourself that first has that first memory of this pain, connecting the current self to that self. For example, you could have been, since the chariot is major arcana 7, they're showing me 7 years old when you first felt this pain, and you remember why. Okay, that pain is valid, but what does that 7-year-old self need? Because if we can connect to that 7-year-old self, give it the validation, give it the love, give it the forgiveness, give it the peace, give it the support, give it the comfort knowing that, listen, we make it way past 7. Look at how old we are now. I'm here for you. I've always been here for you, and I'll always be here for you. They're saying this can help remove the pain that's been held in place so long. They're showing me a repetitive cycle with the repetitive decision to do the same thing over and over again. And we've all heard it many times that that's the definition of insanity. But they're saying to break this cycle, to bring this cycle to a stop, we have to surrender to understanding that that pain is held within. That's why we keep seeing the reflection outwardly. So to truly have success and victory in this situation, what is that pain connected to? How can you give the love to yourself, the validation to yourself, the acceptance to yourself at that age that you needed, that you deserved, so that that pain can be released, so that this process can be broken, so that this cycle can be shifted and transmuted into a higher vibration? If you can do that inwardly, then you can actually change your outward experience. And some of us will do this, most of us will do this repeatedly for different experiences and different levels, where different ages and different times where we have felt that same pain. But it's like the internal release will bring the outward freedom of it. So what is this cycle implying in your life? How old were you? Where did this idea that it has to be this way come from? Because when you face those things and give yourself at those phases of life, your consciousness at those phases of life, validation and peace, you'll find that validation and peace reflected in your current physical reality. And you'll know exactly the next physical step to take that will keep you on victory road and break you from that repetitive, painful cycle. So this is what I'm hearing for us today. Thank you for being here. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. And that's all, folks. And I'm out.